All right, bet.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to the Drip to Heaven podcast. You feel me? I got the homies here. I got one of my co-hosts tonight. Only one. We got Meech. You feel me? My boy ascended. He got a destruction. My boy ascended. He ascended. We got
Real
turtle. We
nigga.
got turtle, the non-binary animal of the West. Um, but he little bro. And then we got KJ, the variety screamer, the upcoming screamer. Goddamn. If you could change the Uchiha tablet and make yourself successful, Screamer, that's him. Right now he busy. He might come in and out. Depends. I'm gonna let folks know, join in. But the very first topic that we got is I'm gonna let you take off on this one, Turtle, because I know you like to talk. What makes and breaks a story?
What makes and breaks a story? That's actually a pretty good topic. In regards to like just overall, or like
Listen,
how are we looking at this? You're talking about from a storytelling perspective, from an audience perspective.
the you gotta talk. If we want to talk about it, we want to talk about everything.
I feel like for an audience, you can generally have a weak story if you have engaging characters. It doesn't mean your story is good. It just means that the audience probably won't lose interest as fast.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind, I love the show, so don't take this as me bashing on it. Take Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is not an insanely complex story. It's pretty simple from shonen standards, but
Yeah.
almost everyone loves basically every single character. I can't think of a character in Demon Slayer that people don't like, other than some people don't like Zenitsu. But overall, like the characters are what like keep people coming back, and that's why that's made like a fuck ton of money. Um, I'd say from a storytelling perspective, my biggest gripe is underdeveloped characters, and specifically if your villain is underdeveloped, it's like your characters are just fighting a fucking piece of paper. There's nothing there.
Not the piece of paper. I done bumped into a few series where it's just all over the place, but they got some
Yeah,
cool ass characters.
yeah, honestly, characters can carry the fuck out of a story. And this is just me personally, since I'm not a established writer, but I do like to write. One thing that I think can heavily, it's not gonna make or break, but it will greatly improve the story you already have, is exploring your character's philosophies and like seeing how that character views the world. I feel like JJK does a pretty good job at this, since we know most characters' philosophies, and it kind of helps them become more people and not just characters, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, matter of fact, since I'm gonna let that rest on JJK. But anything else you want to add to it before I hop to KJ or Meech about their opinion?
No, I spoke of my piece. I spoke of my piece.
All right, let me throw this in the group chat so everybody can retweet so we can get some.
I have to sit up for this one.
All right, it's on you, Meech. What you feel like
Uh,
makes and breaks a story?
um. Okay. I mean, I'm just a regular nigga. I enjoy what I enjoy, but I feel as though like what breaks a story to me, I feel is when the author goes against the prince, like the foundations that they've already placed from the get go. Like, because I've seen this often in like in certain medias that I read or watched, where like they get to the halfway point and they're introducing all this new lore and all of these new characters into the story, but somewhere along the line, the basic foundation of what they started their series upon just falls to the wayside. It's like, sure, you're giving me all this cool exposition that I never thought I needed, but it's like at the end of the day, where is this going if you completely like forget where it is that you set the standard for your story and it gets lost in transition and it kind of and it comes out as contrived, and you have to have all these plot holes and inconsistencies within your story. No writer is perfect. I understand there are authors that are going to write themselves into a corner, and they got to come up with some Deus ex machina of how this will tie into the story. Um, I like I said, like I said, not all stories are perfect. There's going to be instances where authors do write themselves into a corner, but I think it's it can really break the story when it just like I said, the foundation of your story becomes completely like falls apart completely. Like everything we knew about this story, from all the build up, all the exposition, and all the development of the story in general, you lost that from not only my perspective but the other multiple audiences perspective and the perspective of yourself, the author. So it's like that's one thing that I feel that can really break a series once they just completely forget their foundation. Um, Another thing, like I say, that can break a story personally, a lack of giving certain characters time to develop or giving them their moments to shine. You see that a lot in certain in all mediums, where it's like you have the MC that you tell the story through, but along the way you have the side characters that people like more than the MC. It's just that they don't get as much time. We've seen this with all types of comic books, cartoons, anime, all types of mediums. And it's kind of like I understand they probably never expected their side characters to get the popularity and the notoriety that they have, to the point where like people like them more than the MC. And I can't blame them for that, because you just happen to write a character and it's like, oh, okay, y'all like him more than my dude. Oh, okay. I mean, I guess I can try to even out like giving him or her their time to shine in my series, but ultimately I want to show the story through my MC's perspective. And that can really be a detriment to a series. I wouldn't say but like break it completely, but it's definitely like, okay, your cast is being underutilized because the author didn't intend for their popularity to soar immensely as it did. Um, Last but not least, I think rushed endings. The way an ending is um, perceived from an author is like everything that has been built up to this one moment where you like, okay, this is the conclusion. Because for me personally, you can have a like slow start, but you can have a strong finish, and that will like kind of balance itself out.
True.
But it's like if you have a strong finish and like you giving us all this exposition, this lore, this character developments, we've like grown to love these characters, only for you to give us a ending that none of us expected. It's like, really, this is the route that you went? Like out of like 500 plus chapters or like 32 volumes of just amazing like writing, and you just that's it. It's like, damn, bro. Like, now I don't want to call you a bad writer because you gave me all this amazing content before, but it's kind of like I gotta put an asterisk at this story. You know what I'm saying? Because I was not expecting it to end like this. But yeah, those are my things.
True. Yo, KJ, you here?
Yes, I'm still here.
You can keep it long or short and brief, but what you feel like makes and breaks a story.
The plot armor sucks. If I'm watching or reading something and I'm trying to figure out where's the plot armor in all this, and I have to wait until the end of the story for me to find it out, or it's not there at all, I'm honestly gonna stop reading. I've dropped so many books, so many manga, so many anime because they didn't have a good plot, and it's like trash. Like, come on now, I know you're a better writer than this. You have the skills to be a better writer, and yet you can't give a good plot. I just lose interest. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah, I
Fuck with
I
that.
just
Fuck
hate
with that.
plot.
Hey,
Like if you don't have good plot, you're trash.
hey, listen, I respect it. Um, personally for me, and I'm gonna be honest, personally for me, um, what really breaks a story, it fall on the same thing what Keijo was saying with this whole plot armor shit. Um, is you making things too convenient, like giving characters that was just convenient for them to get. Like, I don't want to throw. Like, fuck it. I'm gonna do it. So I'm not the hugest fairy tale fan. I like it. Don't get me wrong. I really like it. Some of my top, I would say top 15, top 10 characters is probably one or two fairy tale characters. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. But I feel like with the series, the power friendship shit, it doesn't bother me. That's cool. That's fine. Most people hate it. To me, it's all right. Cause you've been said it in early on in the chapters. You say boom, their magical power was based off the emotion, heightened emotion, and blah 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 blah. You already established this. My thing with that is just for a small example, because I don't want people to be like, oh, he tried to bash fairy tale, like, you know, is some moments in the show just felt convenient versus damn, like he really was, bro really got it out the mud. He got out the trenches. He was in the parking lot for 38 hours, came back, trained up. Now he had a new level. Like even what's the instance? Even with Luffy with second gear. I don't know if y'all big on One Piece. You got up to that point, Meech?
I already told you I have not watched or read a single chapter, my
Okay.
guy. But I know
Okay.
what you're talking about.
One year, one day probably may never happen. But with Luffy when he did second gear, when he did that against what it was, Blue Note, I think it was, bro. The shit was, it was cool. Honestly, it was cool as hell. But it was like, where the fuck this came from?
I know what you're talking about. Where he can like second gear, and there was like no hint of backstory or where he got the form from, like or
Listen,
like
that
any
just
on-screen training of it. I know what you're talking
that shit
about.
just felt like it was convenient. What a coincidence.
Yeah,
I'm
I
happy.
see what
I'm
you're talking about.
happy he got it, but it was like, what a coincidence.
I know what you're talking about. It's because it's like the same thing with Super Saiyan 3. It's like, oh, Goku's fighting Buu. Oh, he coincidentally has a new form that he's been hiding from Vegeta, quote unquote.
Quote unquote.
And it's like, when you think about it, okay, well, why the fuck didn't you use this before? And don't give me that, oh, my energy would have burnt out excuse. Nah, we all know why he didn't use it because it was not thought of during the time of like
It
when the
wasn't.
manga was running or when the episode, or I think when the manga was running,
It was done
yeah.
with the Baga.
So it's like, yeah, Toriyama just basically came up with the form, and it's sort of like, okay, he learned that in the 7 years because we didn't see what he
That
did in the
that
7
was
years,
that
unless
was
you're
on
going by the
some.
anime.
Yeah, that was on some on the fly kind of ish. Like,
But I don't blame Toriyama because Toriyama's been known for doing that. Like he writes his stuff on the fly. Like he's always been
yeah, like
that's
listen,
always been his writing style.
if you could freestyle it, but hopefully it's a good freestyle. Like, don't give us no.
Like he's the only one. He's like the only mangaka I know, or like I've heard that can do that. Like he would write. I think he would because weekly Shonen Jump, you have to have the chapters in like it's weekly, right? This man would wait like the day before to do the chapter and then release it or send it off to like the editors for the next day. And he's been doing that since like Dragon Ball Starter. I'm just like, hey, for you to be able to do that for as long as you have and still make an amazing story, hey, more props to you. I couldn't do that. I'd have to work like 2 weeks in advance to make sure my story properly aligned. But hey, if he can do it, he can do it.
No, fuck.
But yeah, it's like I understand what you're talking about. Like it's okay. Oh, you had this in the back pocket the whole time, and it's like it brings up questions. Well, like, why
yeah,
didn't you use this before, or like,
yeah.
where was this training to see this form being like mentioned? So like, yeah, it's like
Listen. That's all it be. It's like it just felt a plot convenience. Plot convenience.
it's like he needed this at this moment. It's like okay, we're just gonna give it to him, and then come up with some like, all right, bet he did this training because they can always hit you with the oh he did training behind the scenes or he did training like when nobody was looking or whatever, and
Facts.
you get to take the answer. You don't. It's up to you as the
But
viewer or the reader to be like, okay, is that a good enough plot convenience, or is that just like okay, they just came out of nowhere and was like they were in a corner and they were just backed into a corner and like, oh yeah, I need to give him this power boost so he can match up or beat this foe right here to move on with the development of his character. Just make sure they know where the character stands in the verse of his own, or like in his own verse. I understand why they do that. I'm not upset at it, but it's like okay, yeah, I can clearly see why you did this, or
that,
it
that,
was
that
like at this moment you needed this right now. Okay, I see you, Chief.
listen, that should be wild. Um, for me, what can really make a story? Yeah, pacing. The top three things I feel like could really make a story good: your pacing, your dialogue, and you already using what was pre-established in your show. Cause I tend to see in long running series, it's more common in long running series, whether it's manga or comic books, it don't fucking matter. They like the they like to be like they like to hit the reverse uno like, oh yeah, but we could have did this. Like it's like no, bro. Keep using what you already got pre-established and build on it. You feel me? Because you already said what you said. It's just gonna look crazy if you pulling some extra ish out the air for no reason. Like and this should be unnecessary. So you already using what's pre-established in your show and you just building on it. Listen, just stick to it. Trust the process. Um, dialogue. I'm tired of seeing these cheesy ass dialogues. I don't know if it's the translators. I don't know if it's something they thought in their head was like, yeah, damn, I'll probably just say that. Bro, I don't know if it's y'all, but me personally, I hate cheesy ass dialogue. I hate it. Some things, bro, I'll prefer to you if they have a fucking stare down before you write a cheesy ass dialogue. Like, I don't know. That's just me. And then on pacing, listen, it's too many short term series, long term series. It don't matter, bro. If you don't have a proper pacing in your stuff, your story, it's gonna be, bro. Listen, it's gonna be ass. I don't care how good your characters is. I don't care how good your lore is. I don't care, bro. If things is moving entirely too quickly, like say if we in one arc, we talking about fucking Grim Reapers. The next one, we're talking about witches. The third one, we talk about God, the fucking final boss, and then the final boss, mom and dad. Like, bro, we just jumped like 30 things that we could just talked about before this. That sounds like some in-game shit. So pacing. I'm big on pacing. Those three things, pacing, dialogue, and shit, I forgot. What was the other one?
Convenience. Yeah, that was one.
I can't I
That
can't
was yeah.
I can't remember the other one. Shit. That's my fault. But yo, those three things, so we all could double back go to it. Those three things is what I'm really big on. Like really big on. Y'all got
And
any?
another thing to point to your with like the pacing, I think to me, I feel as though it depends on like what are you expecting and like your from like the form of media that you're watching. Like for example, like comic books. when they're adapted to movies, like with the MCU and stuff. Like your solo movies for your heroes, you can get a good bit of like you like those are quick, those are like nicely paced. I would say for the most part, the ones that I've watched are nicely paced. But it's like the big collab like movies, like the Infinity Wars, the End Games, the Age of Ultron, those type of movies where it's like it's so many characters at once that they all have their own like stories that bounce off of each other. So it's kind of like they have to cram as much as they can within like a short time frame, like within like the 2 hours and 30 minutes on it. Because I think that's what like the average long movie is. Like if you need that, like the 2 hour 30 minutes, because no one's gonna. You try to put like damn near everything in there that they want you, because those scripts are probably like fucking 4 hours long, but they gotta condense them joints within like the 2 hour and 30 minutes. Because I don't think even the most diehard Marvel fan will sit for a movie for like if they made like a 3 hour Marvel movie or 3.5 hour Marvel movie. I wouldn't.
Hell
Like,
no.
like
I
that's just
won't.
like I think 2 hours and 30 minutes is the longest I'll ever sit through a movie. That's it. That's and if it's a movie I enjoy, I won't have to worry about it because time will go by so fast and be like, damn, this movie already over. But like I like a 2 hour and 30 minutes for movies that I think that should be like the standard. And if you're trying to get a lot of stuff in your movie, just cut it to where it's like a certain point, and then that's what sequels are for. Don't try to cram everything all at once, where it's like, damn, what the fuck they put all this in? They could have made this right here for the second movie, or save this part for the sequel. It's like that's what
Hey, I'm not.
I enjoy. Like I don't think I've ever seen a movie that's like 3 hours at all, because I think directors know they're like, okay, yeah, we can't put all this in here because because the difference with like the source material, that's like hundreds upon hundreds of pages. We're like, okay, yeah, we have in like hundreds upon issues. Where it's like, okay, we have a story that has been built up like 10 plus years of each character's journeys, their trials and tribulations, and they all have their own set like runs, their own set issues.
Yeah.
So it's like we can't really take like 10 plus years of or probably even more, like fucking 20 plus years of source material and put it all within like a 2 hour and 30 minute movie without it having to be bloated and contrived. And it's like, we're going to have to make 5 movies of this one, or like these 5 people's movie issues before we have to bring in the next 5 and make another 5. It's like, I don't know, like the fact that Marvel was able to do that over a 10-year course and make it work well within like the 2 hour, the 2 hour and 30 minute like time frame. That's impressive. I don't think it's ever going to be replicated again because I know the niggas are going to be burnt out with this new Phase 4 and all that stuff. But we'll see. You know what I'm
Hey
saying?
man,
So yeah, I think that's where the pacing comes.
what's
The pacing issues differ
hey,
from like your
hey
live
Meech?
actions to your comic books.
Hey
Yeah,
Meech, what's that second Thor movie called?
the second Thor movie.
Yeah,
Is that Dark Elf or something? Dark World. It's either Dark World or Dark Elf. One of those.
that shit was ass. The
Yeah,
pacing
that's
of
just so.
that movie and that. Listen, when it comes to Marvel, we can make this a side topic right now. When it comes to Marvel movies, bro, the Thor's second movie, I hated it with a passion. Yeah, Dark World, Thor, Dark World. The pacing in that shit was all. It was fast in some moments. It slowed down fast, slow down fast, slow down. Bro, the shit was like, it felt like a roller coaster of what is we gonna do. The second
See, that's
Marvel,
the pacing I can't stand when it's just like a nonstop roller coasters of the ups and downs. It's like, bro, you have to.
you're not setting
I
the
don't mind
tone.
if you.
The story ain't going nowhere. You
It's
slow down. Fuck.
bro, you're not
I
you're
think
not setting the
the perfect
tone.
example.
That's what it
I
is.
think the perfect example of this was in the recent Marvel movie that I watched was Spider-Man: Homecoming. I haven't watched Doctor Strange yet. I gotta find time to do that. But it's like, okay, you're coming off of the first two movies. The second movie was, what was it? Far From Home, where they find out he's Spider Man, and it
Yeah,
slowly transitions from like people realizing, okay, Peter Parker's is Spider Man. Then it goes into like his identity being revealed, how people viewing him because he quote unquote killed Mysterio, and it's like, okay, then it is him trying to fix the problem and messing up, dealing with the villains of different multiple realities, ultimately trying to save them. That backfires. Then you see the repercussions of people knowing who he is as Spider-Man, and Peter Parker loses his aunt, him trying to find some way to like balance out this loss that he suffered from, while at the same time still having to deal with people knowing who he is and how his friends are affected by it. It's like certain things. It's like a B C moment. Like when if you have a movie that starts at A and you expect it to go to B, don't go from B to like D and then come back to A and then jump to C and then you at Z in like the span of like an hour and 30 minutes, and then
the
you
whole
doing
alphabet.
it over and over again. It's like, what the fuck did I just watch, bro? Did I even watch a movie?
Hey, listen, the another movie that made me feel some kind of way, and I'm a huge listen, bro. I'm a huge fucking fan of Tony Stark, but Iron Man 2 left a bad taste in my mouth. Iron Man 1 and 3, I love it. 2 with this with the Russian dude with bro. Listen,
Was that nigga with the whips or was that 3?
yeah, bro, that's the one with the dude with the whips. That's number 2, bro.
Oh yeah, the parrot nigga. That shit was funny.
It made no sense, bro, to me.
That's why I fuck with it. That shit, it's like one of those so bad it's good kind of movies, and I love that Marvel has a few of those. Not everything's gonna be a banger, but at least
Wait,
the ones that are ass are
did
still entertaining
did
to watch.
did Captain America go through that?
Uh, okay,
Matter of fact, I'm gonna
it might
keep
be
it
a
stack
hot
with
take.
you.
Might be a hot take, but for me,
The Winter
Winter
Soldier,
Soldier was boring as fuck.
bro.
That's
Winter
not even like
Soldier,
a so bad as good.
This
I'm
why
kidding.
Turtle
No,
is
I'm
my
not even
nigga, yo.
bullshitting. At this point, I swear to God, I'm not bullshitting. I tried to watch Winter Soldier 3 times because the first 2 times I kept fucking falling asleep. That shit was so boring.
bro. Listen,
The pacing in Winter Soldier was so
slow. Like I already understood the tone of the movie, but the pacing, like how they was delivering it to the audience, was so slow. I'm like, bro, I went
Which
to
sucks.
the
Winter Soldier is like some of the best fight scenes.
bro. Listen, it got some of the best fight scenes. It got some of the best backstory. It got it's just the pacing, bro. Bro, that's how long is that movie? I'm finna search it up right now.
Shit, long enough for me to fall asleep twice. Goddamn.
And that boy fell asleep twice through the movie. That shit must have been ass then.
That's right. I didn't end up watching that movie like to the end until after fucking Infinity War. Movie is only 2 hours.
It's 2 hours,
It's 2 hours and 16 minutes. That shit felt so long.
bro. It felt longer than 2 hours, bro. Like Captain America 1,
and damn, what's the other one called?
Captain America.
Captain America
Um,
was wait. I know one of the like Avengers movies or a Captain America name. I think Civil War is the third Captain America
yeah,
movie.
yeah. Captain America, the first one was that shit was perfect.
And
If we're,
Civil
if we're
War.
if we're talking about all the Captain America movies or all the Marvel movies in general, some of them were mid. To me, in my
Honestly,
opinion,
when you
some of them
have
were
almost
mid.
100 movies, they're not always going to be hits. I'm not trying to like dick ride Marvel and make
Yes.
excuses. That's just a given. If you have damn near what do they have like up to 70 right now, 80.
They really
Oh,
have that many movies? Goddamn.
Can you give
I
me a
didn't even
moment? Can you
realize
give me a
that.
moment?
Like, yeah, it's a lot of Marvel movies. Most movies
yeah.
I remember were mid.
All right.
So mid.
Well, I didn't really start watching Marvel until like they started doing like the MCU, like that type. But any other Marvel movies before that, I was like, I never really cared. I wasn't really the biggest Marvel fan growing up, so
I know I had a fucking brain fart. There's only 27.
I knew there wasn't gonna be no over 70 movies, but it's like I mean the Marvels the movies from the MCU that I've enjoyed a lot. Like I can sit here and say like uh No Way Home is up there for me. Uh, both of the Infinity War movies are there. Um, I like Age of Ultron. I think that's probably a hot take. I know a lot of people don't like that movie, but I enjoyed Age of Ultron. Uh, what's another one? Uh, damn, those really the only four that I've seen. Sheesh. Um, but yeah, those four that I've seen I'd say I put those ones in high regard.
Yeah,
No, the
I have a weird relationship with
Avengers
Marvel
too. I've seen that shit. Yeah, that's up there too. Yeah.
because when it comes to Marvel movies, for me personally, of course, I grew up with comics. One of my uncles gave me a big ass box of comic books that I still got today when I was like 7. And some of them ships I'm not gonna open because I have like a Godzilla comic from the '60s in there. I'm gonna sell that bitch. But like most of them in there are just old to like mid '90s Marvel comics. Like you got DC, there's some DC in there, but it's mostly like the old ass Avengers comics, like shit from the '70s. And I guess that just kind of like kickstarted my love for Marvel. So seeing shit, and that's why I know I'm not the main demographic because I'm younger, but that's why I kind of am a sucker for those like nostalgia bait moments, like when they had Wanda, Vision, and Quicksilver wearing their classic costumes in WandaVision. That shit was cool to me because I grew up reading them in their classic costumes. And so I will admit that Marvel doesn't always hit, but I would say they have more hits than misses for me personally. Once again, I know I have nostalgia bias.
I need the Hulk great again. I want the old. You remember the first Incredible Hulk movie? If y'all familiar with it.
I've
Is
seen
that
it.
the one? Is that the one with Abomination?
Yeah, that's one with Abomination.
Bro, I don't know why niggas don't like that movie. I fucking loved that movie.
That movie tough. That movie good as hell. But I like that dude. I liked his. I like both of the Hulk actors. Like I like they flavor of what they bring to the Hulk. But I like the one who did the Incredible Hulk. I like his version.
I do wish that we could have seen what more he could offer to the character, since I'll admit the Incredible Hulk script didn't really give him much to work with as far as showing what he can do with the character of Bruce Banner. Mark Ruffalo definitely had the upper hand in that category. But I really enjoyed his portrayal of Banner. It seemed like you could always tell that Banner was not just like cautious of, oh, let me not do this because I already Hulk. In the Incredible Hulk, you could tell Banner was fucking terrified of Hulk. He was like, I will do anything to not let this nigga out.
That I just like the Incredible Hulk. I don't know how. I don't know why so many people was like. I don't know. Do y'all feel like it aged? Do y'all feel like it aged in a good way?
I think so. I think it's a good movie to go back and watch.
No, I
Cause
couldn't even tell you, Sammy. Like I said, I any Marvel movie before
Incredible
fucking
Hulk,
SU, I wasn't on it. Not gonna lie.
the one with Abomination.
yeah,
Yeah, that's good to go back and watch.
yeah. Because I know some people ain't really like they ain't really rock with it. But I'm like, it was pretty good. Like we got the Hulk, the Incredible Hulk, some backstory, and then Abomination as well. Like I don't know how you don't like that.
I
I don't
think
know.
isn't the original actor for Abomination coming back for She-Hulk? I think I saw something about that.
I wouldn't be surprised, but the way She-Hulk's looking right now,
Listen, the only thing right now, I'm gonna
I'm
be
looking forward to
honest with
She-Hulk.
you. The only thing that I'm really interested in at this point, trailer wise, is the new Thor, Love and Thunder, and that's
That shit
did
looks
cause
y'all go
fun.
see Doctor Strange yet?
I want to
Nope.
see
I'm
that.
gonna go see it tomorrow. I'm gonna go see it tomorrow. The new Doctor
Me and my mom were
Strange.
talking
I've
about
been
seeing it, but to be honest, I got a good bootleg copy of that, so I might peep that early on.
Doctor Strange. I've been hearing some
Bootleg.
good.
How much
I've
did you
been hearing
pay
some
for the bootleg?
okays. I only heard like one or two like I ain't really rocking with it.
Yeah,
But
I've been seeing this joint like the reviews I've been seeing from people going on. They're like, it's good, but people have like they're mixed on it, and I was like, damn, like they're not. It's like I'm not saying it's bad, but it's just like there are certain things in the movie they're just like, I don't know, I wasn't feeling this. So I was like, oh, okay, I wasn't expecting that because when I saw niggas when they were seeing No Way Home, all I saw was nothing but amazing reviews. I'm like, okay, and then we get this multiverse of madness with Doctor Strange. It's like, oh, okay, yo, getting a second movie from him. Like, okay, bet. The first moment when I saw them reviews, I was like, oh, okay, see some good, some good. Someone's like, I don't know, I don't know about this. I'm like, oh, okay,
Okay,
it's one of those movies.
I have a question.
hmm
Besides Meech, do y'all actually look at reviews before you go watch a movie?
Fuck no.
Oh no, I don't look
not
at reviews before I go
nah.
see a movie. I judge the movie on my own thing.
I form my own opinions. Them critic niggas can suck my dick.
So I feel like some of them be super.
With the movie critics, I feel like some of them really be like going left field sometimes. Like the last movie critic I actually looked at, he was talking about I think it was Aquaman when it and he was like, yeah, the movie's a shit show and I don't advise
Jeez.
nobody to watch it, and I'm like, why? Aquaman is pretty cool. When I went to go see it, I'm like, not even that bad from what the hell you was talking about. Shit is
Yeah,
pretty
that's why
enjoyable. It's pretty enjoyable. So,
I don't look
and
at
that was like my
those.
first and last time ever listening to like a movie, like an actual movie critic. You feel me? So,
Oh no, I
um,
never listen. I never look at a movie review before I go see a movie. Even after, I'm just like, no. If I'm going to see this movie, I'm going to see this because I want to see it. I want to enjoy it. Why would I
even
be going to the movie thinking about what some other grown man has to say about it that gets paid to trash the movies? Come on, bro.
Even when they was bashing the Star Wars movie, bro, I sat down the first time to watch it for pure enjoyment because I just didn't know what was going on. The second time I watched it, right, I'm like, bro, a lot of this shit within the Star Wars lore kinda is leaking into this. So you could say, so you really can't say some of this shit is ass pull when it was already pre-established. We were just talking about this earlier. Now the whole shit with Ray and the flight pilot storm the black guy, I forgot his fucking name. Him,
Same.
and how people was like, I wanted him to become a Jedi, and then with goddamn Han Solo's son, I was like, the story could go, bro. If they want to make another movie, or even if they don't make another movie, at the end of the day, it wasn't that bad. How I was trying to make it bad. It wasn't.
Well,
I heard people just
Star
go
Wars is
like
its
left
own like
field.
big miss. So I that fandom can never seem to be satisfied with what they want.
Bro, the
So I
fandom,
can.
that fandom is greedy. I can honestly say, and I love Star Wars. I grew up watching Star Wars, like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings. The only thing I didn't get into was Star Trek. I feel like that shit was ass. It wasn't for
I
me.
never got into Star Trek.
You see, I feel like that it wasn't for me. But Star Wars, I completely love Star Wars. I just felt like as I got older and started understanding more about the lore, and I read a few books, I was like, bro, this fan base is really like greedy as hell. Like,
I didn't know Star Wars like to me like, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. I think the only two that I really saw these was like when I was like younger. It was like Attack of the Clone Wars and Revenge of the Sith and that little and the cartoon one, the animated one.
Oh, Clone
Uh,
Wars, that's a peak.
yeah, that joint was gas. So other than that, I never knew there were like Star Wars comics and none. The only thing I knew about the Star Wars was the animated show, the two movies I watched, and the Lego Star Wars games, which are still amazing to this day. Other than that, I didn't know fucking Star Wars had this deep, massive lore that spanned multiple comic runs. I was like, I thought this was just like a movie trilogy franchise. I did not know anything about this. I was like, damn, does Star Wars be like this? So it's kind of like, and then this whole like expanded universe, and then like the whole EU. I'm like, what the fuck? All this for some niggas with lightsabers? It made me laugh when I realized I was like, damn, this is something. I can see why people get mad. Oh, it's not part of the comic books or the expanded universe or whatever. Or what do they call it now? The
Star
fucking
Wars expanded universe or some shit. I feel like
yeah,
everyone's fucking dick riding the fact that Marvel called it the Marvel MCU or the Marvel Cinematic Universe. DC as DCEU. Star Wars has it was STEU.
because isn't it like two things? Like isn't I think it was like before Disney got a hold of Star Wars. It was like the expanded universe, right?
Something like that.
Because I remember they were making like certain things non-canon. I heard something about like Star Killer or whatever wasn't being canon, and I was like, because he's from like the game, the Force Unleashed games. I was like, oh okay, because that's when I started like, oh, I started looking up on that. I was like, okay, that's interesting. You know what I'm saying? But to me, like my knowledge of Star Wars was going back was the two movies, the episode 2 and episode 3, the Lego Star Wars games, and the animated series. That was literally it. I had no idea this franchise had multiple comic runs and other writers creating it, and I was just like, dang, bro. Um, I would say they're the. I think from what I've experienced online, the fan base is like Sammy said, they're like extremely greedy. I'm like, these niggas think they're entitled to anything. Like, goddamn, like I understand if you don't like a movie, you don't like a set trilogy, or like they go against the quote unquote lore of the original when the originals came out like fucking what 50 plus years ago at this
Yeah, I
point.
was about to
Because
say damn near.
like a
People
lot
I
just
don't
people
love
are
hearing
wanna
their own
like,
opinion
I
for
don't
no
wanna
reason
speak
whatsoever.
for I don't wanna speak for the entirety of the Star Wars fandom, but I would say that like say like Marvel, Marvel has like their comic book runs, and a lot of the Marvel movies that we're getting now are like taking like a bunch from the comics or are basically just heavily based on them. Like Star Wars had that, and then they gave us that shitty trilogy that they came out with. So I would say a lot of Star Wars fans are justifiably angry. I don't know if I would call them greedy because I feel like Star Wars as a franchise could be so much better than what it is right now, and all Disney is doing with it at this point for a lot of things is just they're being
oh,
greedy.
okay, so the trilogies didn't follow the comics at all. Okay, that's
I would
completely
say
understandable.
that the first movie, if they were trying to do something new, was really good. A lot of people liked that first movie of the new trilogy, and then what they did with the second and third was like, what the fuck?
Okay,
It was
that's
like,
understandable then.
what is this? Like, I heavily enjoyed that first movie of of the trilogy. It was like, this is new, this is cool. Like, they could do so much right with this, but they did everything wrong. Because for one, if I'm not mistaken, I think the director that they had like you should give like give a movie like Star Wars to someone who is passionate about Star Wars, someone who like, but she just didn't give a fuck. and she just kind of made whatever she wanted, and it was like a lot of the story elements in it was I didn't like a lot of the stuff, and it was like, and then we see how it ended, where it was like it just went to a bad place. There was so much comic book content that they could have used that people would have liked 1,000 times better to see on screen. Or even the other thing with Star Wars, Star Wars is very like recycled to me because they keep talking about the same things when there's so many other stories that happened like 1,000 years ago or that could happen 1,000 years in the future where we don't have to keep everything so centered on like Darth Vader and like Palpatine and all the characters that we already know. There's a bunch of other characters
Facts.
that we could talk about or that we can make movies on, and it would make just as much money than if you want to make another movie with Darth Vader in it. Like they don't have any.
They need to stop. They, like you said, they recycle too much. Like to be honest with you, you know, it'd been good for the Star Wars trilogy. I don't know if you read the book for it, but you have it's a book out there about the bounty hunter that was hunting down Luke, and
That's what I'm saying. Just stuff like that. They could have
yeah.
done. They could have done. I mean, the Mandalorian was them going in a good direction because the Mandalorian is amazing. That's them going in a good direction with a completely
How you felt
new
about Boba
project,
Fett
new
though?
characters. About what?
About
Boba Fett?
yeah,
Boba Fett is at this point completely overshadowed by Mandalorian.
Yeah,
I would say
that starts for
Mandalorian
me.
is a
Boba
much
Fett is my
more
favorite
like
Star Wars
Boba Fett
trilogy.
I would say Boba Fett started it off because after they introduced Boba Fett, we didn't know anything about any Mandalorians or anything like that after they introduced Boba Fett. Boba Fett was the first one we saw, and then you find out that Boba Fett's not even an actual Mandalorian. Like he's a clone of one.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're like I feel like the Mandalorian, the show, like he has Boba Fett is in his shadow now. The Mandalorian is the new Boba Fett and might as well be Boba Fett because he is a more lovable character than Boba Fett.
But Boba Fett's still that dude though.
No,
Yeah,
for
I
sure,
like how
for sure. But
in the new show they gave him
He's
kind
still
of a
that
more
dude.
tribal feel.
He's still that dude. It just sucks that he just a clone of one.
yeah, he's kind of like he's kind of in the background now. Like he's
Yeah,
not
which is
the
kind of
main.
shitty.
He's not the main
Honestly,
dude.
that's something that doesn't get brought up a lot. They deadass had a whole war between clones that they rarely mention in the main, like the whole thing, the fucking Clone Wars cartoon. That's some big shit you think niggas would talk about, and
I
like the
mean,
lasting
it's really
ramifications.
not.
It's not that big.
It's not.
How you think it is.
I would say like as like someone who consumes a lot of like Star Wars, like they fight like that on like a lot. Like they have wars like that a lot. And like most of the games that take place in like different time periods, there's always a war like that. Like maybe not like a bunch of clones, but like large wars between like probably still like the
Like
Republic and the Senate and stuff like that, but like still they still have large wars like that.
Okay,
yeah,
I'm bugging. My bad. Let me shut up.
but
No.
technically, but
You're
no.
fine.
But
I'm just saying, like you
uh,
would think, like oh my god, like a large war like that, sure, it would like be like talked about, but the galaxy in Star Wars is huge, and like people fight like that all the fucking time.
it's huge. Like to be honest with you, I would listen. I would still love a story about Ahsoka because Ahsoka, even in on the cartoon, bro. Listen, she's a 10 out of 10 character. Even Luke in the cartoon is a 10. What Luke in the movie and the cartoon, he's still a 10 out of 10 character
Well, we
because
know for sure Ahsoka's getting her own show. That was confirmed.
okay. I'm happy now that you confirmed it. I'm happy because Ahsoka is one of my favorite female leads in a long time. Like, um, I like. I'm curious about what the hell they're gonna do with Obi-Wan.
Yeah, I heard
Oh
he's
yeah,
dead,
he's supposed to be getting his new
That's what
that
I'm
new
curious
show.
about because
and that nigga dead.
yeah, he did. But
He dead as hell.
it's like y'all talking about Obi-Wan, but what about Kenobi? And what about shit, we still bro, listen, they could have made a whole story about General Grievous and fucking Darth Maul.
That nigga was so cool to me when I was a kid, and then like,
Bro, they could make one about the fucking what's the dude name? They could did shit about
Palpatine and his son and how Palpatine became to be. Because, bro, listen, they introduced. I was gonna say, Ken, you can cut me off at any time about this, but how I felt about Palpatine, bro, he really was introduced like I'm gonna say randomly. He was introduced in a plot convenient way to give I would say the Sith more relevant
In a plot convenient way.
And
Like what? I'm gonna let you talk. Like, but explain like exactly like what you mean.
When I say plot convenient way, as in like they was all like they already had shit pre-established in the story from we got the Jedi Order, you feel me, and then we got the Sith, but it's like when they start talking about the Sith, all of a sudden, oh yeah, we got Palpatine. It's like, nigga, we were so focused on the Jedi Order, y'all should have been started talking about Palpatine. Like Ben. Like y'all kind of brung him in like midway through. Granted, people love Palpatine and his character, what he bring. But at the same time, I felt like they could have started talking about bro a little bit earlier. To give the Sith more to get a Sith the more. I'm gonna say the Sith is not relevant, but as much attention they gave the Jedi Order, they should have gave the Sith as well. I feel like the Sith was lackluster and.
What you mean, like in the trilogy with when they like with like Anakin's a kid and whatnot?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, no, they can't do that because in the original trilogy, it was all about the Empire and like basically you could say like the bad guys basically. So of course when you do a prequel trilogy, it'll
you
show
can't give that stuff out.
it'll focus itself on how the galaxy was before it got taken over. So that's why. And Palpatine was already like, we didn't know too much about him. Like they didn't go too much into his backstory in the original trilogy, but in the they talk about it a bit more in the prequel trilogy, where Palpatine basically like tells you about his master. And they left a lot of stuff out because the Star Wars movies, their prequel trilogy, they were very long. There's a lot of stuff that they left out that obviously we see now that they have to put in like cartoon shows and things or whatnot for people to watch, like if you really want to know more. And then even still, there's a lot of stuff that they left out, like a lot of like lore from like centuries before. Like you don't know like the reason the Sith used to operate as a large group, just like the Jedi Order did.
Yeah.
But they got rid of that because the Sith were always trying to one up each other. It could never really be a like what is the word?
It was never like it like with the Sith.
They could never really work together. So what they did was they created a rule called the Rule of Two, to where there was only ever two Sith at a time that were supposed to rule, which is why it was always like just Palpatine and Vader. Like they didn't really want anyone else in those seats of power, because if there was any more, then there would have been too much fighting, and then the Sith a lot of the time in the lore would destroy themselves before the Jedi Order could destroy them, because they would start fighting with each other.
Yeah, them niggas greedy as hell. They like, not saying greedy, but like most of the Sith niggas have extremely negative personality traits. They fucking greedy, they sneaky type shit.
Fuck common courtesy, bro, at all.
Yeah, where's somebody?
Damn, niggas. Oh, he muted, but I ain't know all that. I got educated on some stuff too. I'm glad. I ain't gonna lie, that sounds pretty cool. Rules too. That does sound pretty dope.
I'm gonna definitely dive back into my Star Wars.
I mean, there's just so much. There's just so much. Like you can get lost for hours. Like then there's a bunch of like channels like dedicated to like explaining a lot of that stuff. Like they talk about a lot of the different Sith lords.
Now that you mention it, I was the same way with Game of Thrones, bro. Listen, that shit made me go from oh my god the Targaryens to like, bro, these niggas is dumb. Like, bro, me finding out the lineage of the family and what they used to do, bro. Listen, I went from a huge fan to like, bro, these niggas dumb as hell.
It's been so long since I watched um the show that I'm a little like I don't remember so much, but I am a little excited for the new show that they have coming out to watch that.
Give me a second, yo.
All right, do what you gotta do. So yeah, not gonna lie. After hearing y'all talk about Star Wars, it definitely seems interesting. Definitely might want to read up on something. Just you know what I'm saying,
I
broaden
mean, it's
my
like there's some
horizon.
really cool stuff, like, and most of the interesting stuff, like like to make a good hero, you have to have like an interesting villain, and like there is a lot of good villains in Star Wars. There are a lot, and a lot of them are a lot more powerful than the ones that we've seen like on like the big screen, like
But
the
yeah,
ones
that's
in
you
like
can't
comics
really
and like
like.
games and stuff. Yeah, I mean, you can, but at the same time, you can't. Like even like nowadays, it would be kind of crazy to go from like Darth Vader to like if they were to put some of the older Sith Lords on the screen, you'd be like, well, shit. Well, Vader ain't shit. If there are
Yeah,
Sith
yeah,
Lords that can do
I
stuff
know
like
that.
this,
I know, like I've heard like the Sith, like and the Jedi, like before like Darth Vader and Palpatine, like and like the Yodas and the Obi Wans, like they were like practically damn near gods. And I know there's
Bro,
like actual like celestial beings in the verse too. So
listen, the story. I don't know. Ken, did you read the one I was talking to you about with when the bounty hunting was hunting Luke and shit and stuff like that? Or you have a gist of what I'm
um,
talking about?
I mean, I wish you could tell me the name because there's hella bounty hunters there.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up right now. But in the book of what like Luke at, bro, listen, this man can move fucking planets and all kind of off the wall, like, bro, listen. But he's older though, so he's much more like.
Well, yeah,
yeah,
even
but
like I mean, Lucas, like, um, or the dude, I forget his name. I'm retarded right now. The dude who made Star Wars said that Luke was like the strongest Jedi ever. So like he could do some crazy shit. And I think that was why that was one of the reasons why I was a little upset with how Luke died in the movies because it was like comic book Luke, if he did that, he would have did that and went to sleep after. But like they killed him for using that that power in the movie, and I was like, what the hell? Like Luke was messing with like black holes and stuff in the comics, but like he dies off this. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
oh, Sammy, you got like the next topic, or we are still gonna talk about this?
Oh no. Okay, boom. Oh, matter of fact, I'm gonna bring up the next topic before I get into the whole another side topic. Um, yeah, I kind of lost it. What is that? Oh yeah. If what's three things you could change about your favorite comic or manga?
Give me better plot.
Damn, this nigga had
You
that
gotta
shit
be
ready.
You gotta be specific though.
I was
What's
watching a lot of
what's
old animes. For instance, I was watching this one I remember like a year ago, Assassin's Pride. It looked good, so I decided to watch it. Little did I know that the plot was fucking trash. Like, bro, it was all over the place. I'm like, yeah, I can't watch this no more. I finished it, but I couldn't watch it no more because the plot was all over the place. I don't know who they were fighting for, who was the guy saving for. Like they touch it up here and there, but like it wasn't throughout the entire story, and it was mid. It was so mid. I
I
felt
think I've
bad that I watch it.
He
I
said it
think
was
I've
so
heard of
mid.
that one, Assassin's Pride. I think.
Um,
we talking about favorite stories,
What about you?
then
What about you, Turtle? From any one of your favorite series, what is 3 things you wish that you could change?
now I'm gonna start off with my top, JoJo's favorite series of all time. Don't get it twisted. Love the fuck out of it. But I will say that in a lot of the parts, almost all of them, Araki really underutilizes his female characters. He was pretty good with it in part 7 with Lucy Steele. She was in the background doing some shit. I really don't want the female characters to only be in the background doing some shit. I need them niggas up front doing some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the closest we had to that was Lisa, and she got fucking dicked down by cars in her first fight. That shit sucked. So just I don't know,
Cars
Araki, you
pulled up
do
and
great work, but just please use your female characters like how you use your maids. I want to see some badass female JoJo characters. Come on now, it can't be that hard.
what's got 2 more things, my boy.
2 more things. All right, let me see. You think outside of damn, I'm trying to think. Naruto. The Naruto is like one of my fifth favorite animes. I'm not gonna lie, kind of has the same problem with female characters, but I'm not gonna repeat that. I'll say Naruto is better than JoJo as far as how they utilize their female characters, but they still could have utilized them a little bit better. But then Kishimoto even said he doesn't really know how to write female characters. But if I had to choose something other than female characters for Naruto, it would definitely be the scaling for that show. Not even like power scaling, just like the general power of that show went from like 10 to fucking 1,000 in the war arc alone. You went from the 5 Kage summit arc where it was like, okay, these are like the 5 ninja presidents. These niggas are strong. Okay. And then by the end of the war arc, just 1 arc later, you have fucking white ninja clan aliens. And I was like, what the fuck am I looking at? Granted, people say that Kage was foreshadowed when the only foreshadowing I saw was Hagoromo, like 3 chapters before she showed up, like, hey, yo, bro, watch out for my mom, and then dipped. So yeah, Naruto, it's fucking out of control now. I've seen what's going on in Boruto. I don't read Boruto, but seeing some of the crazy shit going on in there, I'm like, what the fuck? This used to be my ninjas. And
Are we gonna talk about the crying scene from Boruto? Because I've seen that, and boy,
no, we will not be discussing that shit. We will not be discussing.
Okay, because I hated it completely.
And if I had to pick a third thing from one of my favorites, Dragon Ball. Since I'm gonna be addressing Dragon Ball Super, but Dragon Ball Z is like my third favorite anime, so I'm just tacking onto it.
Small.
Dragon Ball Super. I feel like Dragon Ball Super has a very clear problem in the act that it uses everything that people were outwardly spoken that they really liked about Dragon Ball, and just kind of leaves behind most of the stuff, or like is very frivolous with it. Like with Dragon Ball, with not OG Dragon Ball, but Dragon Ball Z. Of course, you had your meathead fight scenes like any other shonen back in the 90s. Yeah, your meathead fights. You got big powers. You got big beams. But there was also like I think Goku had more layers in Z, and I'm not saying he doesn't have layers in Super. At least in the Granola arc and in the Mora arc, he shows that there is some depth still to his character, but it's very fucking shallow compared to how he was in Z. I'll say Vegeta. He doesn't have that problem as much. They've definitely kind of toned down his character a little bit, but he's still developing. And just a side note, please stop making it the fucking Goku and Vegeta show. That's why I have hopes for this new movie. I understand.
Oh,
Those are the two main niggas.
But the movie is dedicated strictly for
Gohan and Piccolo and Pan.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm looking forward to the new
Gohan,
movie,
Piccolo,
but up in like the entire anime, the entire fucking anime has been the Goku and Vegeta show. When y'all have a whole cast of side characters there that just don't do shit. The only one that did shit,
but the thing,
like in Super,
the thing is that I do like about Super, like my favorite arc in Super is still the future arc with Zamasu and the Supreme Kais
Goku Black, Xenon coming through,
That got me
Vegito,
for this
all the
bullshit.
like
But
all of
I
the
understand.
I actually enjoyed the future arc within Super more so than the Tournament of Power. Listen, the Tournament of Power had people coming out they fucking village hut watching it nationwide, worldwide. Like shit was insane. Um, doing your three turtle.
Yeah, those are my three. JoJo, please give us more cool, badass female characters. Naruto, fucking why are there space ninja white aliens? And Dragon Ball Z, please just give characters more than like a 2-page line of depth.
I didn't give my three. I might just give two, in fact. Shaman King, I didn't like the ending. The ending was
Hello.
mid.
Yeah, the same
I ain't gonna
thing.
flex you. I ain't heard from. I ain't
The
heard about
chicken
Shaman King in a
box.
minute since the anime trailer dropped. What happened?
Huh?
The anime did a
Yeah, Fruit Punch.
good replacement of the old one, but the ending was so different from the old one
In a
What
good way or a
what
bad way?
what you talking
in
about? The
a
manga? Or you
good
talking about the
way.
anime?
The anime.
Oh, the anime? Oh yeah. Did not agree with you on the anime.
Like, are y'all getting another season of that, or what? Or
Hey,
is it just
listen,
done?
my mom started watching Shaman King, right? She's like, this shit seems like it's all over the place, but it's cool as hell. I'm like, you should have read the manga.
The
She's
manga was
like,
Well,
better.
not you pulling to read the manga on your fucking mob, bro.
listen, no. What she was, she did it for Naruto.
Okay, that makes sense. I thought you was. I thought you pulled it. Hey, yo, bro, should have read the manga on
No.
your
She did it for
mob,
Naruto.
bro.
She did it for Bleach. She did it for Ghost in the Shell. The parts they do have. She did it for
That's the shot at him, manga.
I think on the time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Damn, your mom be reading shit like that. Okay.
Bro, listen. The first, I ain't even
Well,
gonna get
son,
into
I
it.
need to catch back up on that shit.
I ain't even gonna get into it.
Manga.
But my mom is a huge fan. Like her all time is still Yu-Gi-Oh. Like she read Yu-Gi-Oh from. She only read. I think she read from Yu-Gi-Oh, GX, and then it was some alternative story they had fucking had that she said she read. But it was mainly Yu-Gi-Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh and then GX. The ones that I know for sure. That's like her favorite. Um Yo Ken, is my boy here? Yeah, no, maybe
Yeah,
so.
what's up?
Oh, I'm just trying to make sure you still here because I'm gonna need your input on my little side topic after we done with this.
All right.
Meech, what about you, my boy? What's three things about from any one of your series that you would change, like without doubt?
So is it? So am I just picking one series with three things I would change, or like
No,
one?
like you
Because
could
Turtle.
you could pick three series and just pick one thing from each one that you would just change
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool.
for
Cool.
the better.
All right. Yeah. Three things. One. Damn. Because I'm not gonna lie. Like the series that I like, I don't really think I would change much. Because
Bro, it don't have to be something huge. It could be something like
I mean, yeah,
regular.
that's for me. I think JoJo was a 10 out of 10, but I still got a problem with how they handle their female characters. I don't got to be not major.
Hmm. I thought okay. I think. Well, this is a little nitpick. I feel like Cowboy Bebop. I feel as though um it's with the final episode with Spike and when like he's going off against Vicious. I like. I'm kind of split on like the ending. It's like where the
Oh, that's one of them toss
author
up
left it,
endings.
like where he left it ambiguous to figure like if he's alive or not. Which I don't have a problem with personally, but for me, I think from a narrative standpoint, I think it would be cool if it was said or like it was implied like, yo, Spike did all this, yo came out and he died going on his own terms. So it's it's like it's implied that, or it can be implied that he was still alive or he's still dead. But if the author just was like, okay, yeah, Spike died right then and there, I feel like I think I would enjoy the ending more. Not to say that it's a bad ending, far from it. It's still one of my Cowboy Bebop is an amazing series. If you haven't seen it, you need to see it. 26 episodes of amazing quality, bro.
Peak
But it's
fiction, my
like that
boy.
ending.
Peak fiction.
I was just like, if it was just, I think if he just came out and said like, "Yo, Spike is dead at this right here," like at this final moment after he said "bang," I think it would have hit a lot different than the more so ambiguous ending that was given to us. But that's just a small nitpick. Anime still 10 out of 10. Spike's still one of the coolest MCs ever. Don't get it twisted. And the cast characters are phenomenal. For another one, I think what's another one I can say? For Naruto, I'll go with Naruto on this one. I feel as though personally, as the series went on, you definitely. I feel like I don't know if this nigga has favorite characters, but you can definitely see like in the anime, it's like a definite Uchiha bias. And no, like I love all the Uchihas. Don't get it twisted. But it's like, I mean, you do have more than just this select clan, bro. Like, could we see a little bit more of the Hyugas, the Nara clan, the Yamanaka clan? It's like you have all these other prestigious clans, but we really focus. And I understand why, because the Uchiha, along with the Senju, they were like one of the Senju, one of the Uchiha. They basically founded the Leaf, and the fucking Uchiha clan is the strongest clan that the Leaf has ever had. I understand that, but it's kind of like I would have at least like maybe a little episode of like what it is that the Hyugas do, what it is that the Naras do, like basically showing me what each why these clans are also held in high regard, not to the same level as the Senju and Uchiha, mind you, but it's like you have these other clans and these clan heads, like show me something, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, I guess that's just like a little nitpick because we got amazing characters like Sasuke, Itachi, Madara, Obito. Also, side note, that nigga, I don't know why y'all niggas hype Shishui up on the TL. That nigga ain't did nothing but get beat up by Donzo. Pack him up, go home.
Oh, bro, I don't gas, bro. Up.
Lay out my niggas usually, bro. You
I
have
don't
the
listen.
flag. You have the flag, man.
Nah,
Nah,
bro, that
bro.
man get
Listen,
gassed
I'm gonna
up
keep it a stack. Bro is a cool character, but
he doesn't
he not
do
hype.
it.
He
We
not. He
barely
not.
seen him
He not
anything.
hype. He not hype worthy for me. I
Everybody
just
want to talk
I
about
just felt
Shishui
like
because of his plan. It's like
I just
he
felt
got
like
packed up by
Shisui.
Donzo. Move left.
I just felt like Shisui just emphasized Itachi character more.
Exactly. Like and Itachi on
The-
his own is already a great character. So it's
yeah,
like
bro. Listen, bro is a
your
10 out
boy
of 10
ain't got
character.
no merits for himself besides being a connection with Itachi. But that's besides the point. But
I also think niggas might be biased because he was not only is he strong, but he's cool as hell in the Storm 4.
Who
that nigga
Shisui?
got packed up,
Yeah.
Cancun in the
I ain't gonna
womb,
lie
had
to
to
you
jump
though.
off.
I don't like how they made him lose the Donzo like that.
I ain't gonna play. That is kind of like
That was
really.
dumb. That was dumb. Because listen, how they did it in Storm 4 versus how they did it in the show is wild. It's wild.
Well, like in the Storm
It's
games, it's not canon
it's
because that nigga
yeah,
pulls
I know
off
it's
with
not
Kitano.
canon, but I would have preferred that versus what the hell happened in the anime. Like he got caught off guard like completely and boom, snatched his eye out. Now he's over here huffing and what?
Yeah, and
What?
then
It's
he got
funny
taken
too
down
because isn't that
so
ain't he
fast.
supposed to be like strong? He's like stronger than Itachi at that point in time. So
Nah,
because I know
at,
darn
at,
well
at that
Itachi
point in
wouldn't have let that
time,
happen.
I think because he's only like a few years older than Itachi. I think he's about like what 3 or 4 years older than Itachi, or something around like something like that.
Definitely a good couple years older. I'd say like 3 or 4.
Like 3 or 4. He not really that much. So say at the time when Donzo came and attacked him, he like 19, 20. Itachi is like what 16, 17 or something.
Yeah, because he was like, not wait, probably younger. I want to say Itachi was like 14 when he joined the Anbu, right?
Yeah, he was 14 when he joined the Anbu.
But the thing is, though, that same Itachi that but joined up with the that same Itachi that killed the clan that was probably like what 17.
Yeah, he
He pulled up on Donzo too. Be like, hey, yo, you better not even touch Sasuke, or you already know what's gonna happen. That same Itachi would never let that happen to him like what Shisui did. I think that
bro.
was just
Listen,
kind of
that's why I said I don't like how they just handle Shisui in that moment. Other than
like if you
that,
mean
other than that, like he just cool. Like I don't hype him. I don't hype him up. He's just cool.
no,
He's
no, no.
he's just
There
cool.
be people who be like, "Oh, wasted potential." Like, bro, we ain't see this man do nothing until we see him and Itachi's flashback. What do y'all hype? What do you mean wasted potential? The
Nah, I think
only
that kills
thing,
me when motherfuckers try to be like, hey, yo, who finna win? Shisui or Minato? I'm like, nigga, oh, shut your bitch ass, Zoe.
like,
Probably watching
what are you
fucking
talking
Minato.
about, bro? Like, this man is used. He is used for Itachi's back, like getting to know through Itachi and how he has this almost unstoppable genjutsu that could have prevented the war. We ain't seen no feats out of that, bro. Pack him up. He let him have his 10 points, 2 rebounds, and 5 assists, and keep it a day, bro. Come on. Final and my last one. I'll say I'll go a different one. I'll do my hero. Uh, as someone who got into my hero like late. I enjoy the story. I think it's one of the better new gens, one of the better shonens I've read in a good minute. I think as far as like a nitpick for that would be, um, I think it's just really more so. I just hope that if Horikoshi is really trying to make this a story that's good, he better not make. I just hope this nigga doesn't pull no redemption arc for Shigaraki. That's literally all I hope, bro. Like
Oh no, I need
everything.
Shiga with Shigaraki, bro. I need him to like. I
Like
would
I
like
just
to see
need.
him
I
to
don't care
rebel.
what
I
you
would
do
like
with
to see him
Shigaraki, but
rebel
you
against
just
All
better
for
not give him
One.
a redemption arc. Do not do it, bro.
No, 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 no,
Like
no. I would like for him to. I would like for him to rebel against All for One, but I would not want him to go down like, oh yeah, I was a good. That's not needed. That's not
that's
needed.
what. That no. I don't need that. Like if bro started out as a villain, regardless of the circumstances, and if you look at his backstory, it's pretty fucked up. But like I mean, he was groomed into that society, yo, and bro just but he ain't give up since. He's been with that since day one. And as unfortunate it is, I don't need some I don't need some redemption arc for Shigaraki. And he's one of my favorite villains too. Like, if you gonna give me a villain as good as him and has had the development as him, you better give me the conclusion that's worthy of a villain like him. Like, even if he does turn on All for One and like somehow gains full control. As long as he knows that he's can't be redeemed, and he's like, hey yo, you gonna have to kill me. Like you gonna have to legit kill me, like, or I'm just gonna keep killing innocents. That's the only way I will ever accept a conclusion for Shigaraki. If I get some nonsense where it's like, maybe if someone was there for me and reached their hand out, I could have been like Midoriya. If I get that, I'm sorry, bro. Horikoshi, packed up, fumble the bag, go home. I don't want to hear from you no more. Don't even make
Tomato,
another manga. Don't even
tomato,
make another
tomato,
manga,
tomato,
bro.
tomato.
Tomato, boo, tomato, bro.
Boo.
Nope. No, bro. Pack them up. Go home. You like 0 for 30 at that point. I'm sorry, but that's literally all my three things. Um, but yeah, as long as Horikoshi knows what he's doing and don't let these editors try to force him. because apparently like apparently it was something that came out where like apparently he was being rushed behind the scenes, so that's why stuff was been happening quicker over the past like I guess year or so. And I'm just like, damn, y'all really rushing horikoshi like this? I'm like, nah, bro, fuck out of here.
These
Don't
niggas
let
don't care about a good story. They care about money, bro. They want money and they want to see it fast. They don't care about a good story, some narrative, some character development sprinkled in here. They, nigga, they don't give a fuck. They editors. They worried about the numbers that show up on their paycheck. And I'm not saying I condone it. But I'm saying, actually, not. Yeah, no. Fuck them niggas.
but yeah, that's my three things. Oh, yeah, that's my stuff. If
Um,
you
Bro,
all want to go
you
next,
need to
go
pull
ahead.
up fucking.
what
What's the nigga name? What's the nigga name who wrote fucking Bleach and Kubo?
yeah, what about what happened?
So you need to pull fucking Kubo because I heard that nigga was dead ass boxing his editor behind a building. I don't know if that's true, but if so, the
Oh
nigga had the
no,
right idea.
he had issues with his editor, and he had issues with
It's
Shonen
either him or
Jump.
Oda. I know one of them like dead ass fist fought the editor.
Nah, he was having issues with him, and then around that time he was on a hand injury, and it was like, I don't care if you got a hand injury, finish. So he was like, okay, cool, y'all gonna get what I give y'all. Fuck y'all. Like he was on
That
that
might have
kind of
been.
he was on
That's
that kind of
another thing. You
energy.
think we're gonna get an extended ending in the anime? Now that Kubo's like healthy and is involved.
Probably. I ain't gonna lie to you. Now that he's healthy, we might get them. We might get the stories about the two other Kenpachis. Now that he's healthy, because you remember, that's your blow where there was like Unohana was the very first Kenpachi, and the only Kenpachis we know after Unohana is Zaraki. We know Azashiro. I don't know if you know who that is, Meech, or you never read that book.
No,
Well,
isn't he from like the light novels?
yeah, he Azashiro is from one of the great one of the I think one of the top families. I could be wrong. But he became a Kenpachi after he challenged the other Kenpachi. I think his name is, hold on, I'm gonna take the exact name. Cause it's wild as hell. But I think Zaraki, how they was explaining it, Zaraki is one of the strong, like he like one of the strongest Kenpachis in history. Like they don't see him like um cool. Oh yeah, so Azashiro, he went to go challenge the other Kenpachi at the time. His name was Yashiki. Yeah, Kuro Yashiki. And he was cool with Jushiro. Like he was hella cool. Like they're the best friends with Jushiro and Ukutake. Like you know how we always see Kenpachi, like they be like fucking crazy and off the wall and shit like that.
Yeah,
How they explain it in a lot of novels. Like he was a likable guy. Like everybody just genuinely rock with him. You feel me? Like he was a stand up dude. Like he was just a stand up dude. He was all about honor. But he died through Azashiro. And Azashiro, he if you pull up his name, he's the one that looked like he could be from the Kuchiki clan. Like Byakuya them. Byakuya, he looked like he could be from that clan. He looked similar ish to them. And then we already know Kenpachi killed the other Kenpachi. I mean, we already know Zaraki Kenpachi killed the last Kenpachi when he was like a kid or some shit, cause the dude was weak as hell. But then again, Kenpachi always been like strong as fuck. So um, yo Ken, we getting the side topic territory.
Okay, I'm down for that.
Yo Ken, you still here? He probably wanna go do something. Yo Meech.
yeah.
So I finally decide.
Yeah, you said that nigga back up.
Hey Meech, man. Northern Blade is really that gas, man.
Niggas is missing out on peak fiction. I
And
know
we,
I've
I,
been
we,
missing out on
I'm, I,
the
listen.
past couple chapters, but Hey, I'm
I
gonna get back up
advise.
on it.
I I would say for Turtle, cause I know KJ be doing his own thing, and I don't wanna. But Turtle, when it comes to
Yeah.
Manhwa, right? Northern Blade, I highly recommend. From
Like, if,
from strong
like if you
female
need like
leads,
a story about like a
pace,
if you
lore, fucking betrayal, like it got a lot.
like if you down for anime being a swordsman, you definitely gonna enjoy this one, bro. Hey man, jeez, that man don't play no fucking games. Only thing I don't like is them fucking names be hard as hell to pronounce. Fucking, but no, it's an amazing read for real. For real. If you ever need a manhwa to read, that's not like the popular like God of High School or Tower of Gods or anything like that. Soul Levelings like that. Not to say those are bad or none, but you know, people don't like mainstream things nowadays.
For some reason.
Yeah, for some strange reason, like they don't want their stuff to be popular. That's the dumbest argument I've ever fucking heard.
I I can. I'm not saying I agree, but I'm saying I can kind of understand. But I guess their fears that maybe they like some, and then a lot of people end up liking it, and then it ends up being like the My Hero community. We already know how bad that is. But even then, the My Hero community is one of the few ones that's really that bad. Most popular anime don't have a community that bad.
Not a
I don't
fact.
know. The One Piece niggas pretty toxic from what I've seen.
And them different niggas. I don't know what's going on with them.
I can't say much because well. I my favorite manga and anime is Dragon Ball, and them niggas can get pretty toxic themselves. I don't associate myself with them. Just to let you know, all you other niggas are weirdos. I'm just letting y'all know. I just like the show
But
and the manga.
what I want to do right on the channel for like mama wise, and I would like to, if everybody want to participate, cool. But Northern Blade, Nano Machine, and what's the other one that me and Ken was talking about? Uh,
Actually, wasn't it like Omniscient Reader or something like that?
omniscient. We could do omniscient reader. I think I said the fucking shit wrong still. But we
I know
could.
that one got brought up in there.
Yeah,
I need to read
that
that
one
one
is getting
too.
pretty popular. Like it's cool. Like I think I'm like on chapter 20 or some shit. And that shit is cool as hell. It's cool as hell. Um, but I would like for everybody, if you want to participate, you don't have to. To at least get caught up.
I will try. I do have a lot of things going on right now.
I'm for you, Turtle. I want you to catch up on Northern Blade because I feel like we're gonna talk more about Northern Blade than the other ones.
Nigga, I just said a lot of shit. Look, I'll try. I'll try.
Oh
I
yeah, yeah.
can't promise anything.
Matter of fact, hey, I'm gonna put it in the chat. I'm putting it in the general chat, and I'm gonna tag y'all uh on what we're gonna be reading.
Oh man,
Do you want to do three manhwas or four?
If we're doing three, bro, if you're doing either of those, we better be short. I do not got that much spare time.
I figured we should just do like maybe like
I
talk
want
about one
okay
manga per time, one or two at a
okay
time, maybe probably.
okay. If we do two, Northern Blade is already
One, yeah, Northern Blade will be one, and I'll I'm down to do Omniscient Reader. That one,
omniscient reader.
yeah. I've been meaning to pick that up anyway because I like the only webtoon that I've been really was reading for real seriously was God of High School because I'm just I'm a meathead.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I fell off. I fell
You fell
off.
off.
I fell off, bro.
What chapter was the
And
last
it's not
chapter you
like it's
was?
bad, bro. I just was reading other stuff.
That's understandable. That's how it be for real though. Well, if you're trying to hop back on, we are currently at well with the fast pass chapters. Or the current episode is 539. The fast pass episodes is 544.
I do high key feel bad for y'all. Got a high school niggas though, because y'all got a goated ass studio to do your adaptation, and that shit was, from what I heard, ass. And I feel bad for y'all. Y'all deserve a better shit than that.
We ain't ever gonna see a season two, bro. No, man. I gotta live with those 13 episodes of being rushed. Because people, bro, when I know people like to gas up these series, bro. But if you are a fan, like if you've ever read God of High School, and I'm talking about the God of High School readers out there, bro. They know like that first season could have been 30 times better if they would have just did 24 episodes and
Nah,
fucking
facts.
um. I don't. If they were to do 24 episodes, they could have. They really could have got to like the what was it, the regionals tournament semi, the second one with Ilpio and them. That
Yeah.
one. They could have ended it right there, and then next season they could have picked that back up, and then we would have seen like reveal of Mori being like Sun Wukong and et cetera, and all that, and like just not change shit that they've had changed in the manhwa for the anime. I didn't like those changes at all, bro. That honestly, like, kind of, especially freaking the Mori and Ilpio fight. I don't know why they had him win it in that anime. That was so stupid. Literally, that was so stupid. Because it basically took. Yeah, they just threw away all of Mira's character development. It's like, come on, bro. What are you doing?
But Ilpio, bro, is still one of my favorite. Ilpio, Don, Dan, and Mori Jin, like my top three characters within that series, just overall.
And nigga, man. Sheesh. So where'd you say you fell off at on God of High School? Like, are you?
Bro, listen, you want me to tell you the last thing I read?
What's the last thing that you
The
read?
last thing I read is when fucking uh is when what's the name was having her baby from damn, what's his name? The one who
Talk
killed,
about Mubong's kid.
yeah, Mubong. Yeah. That's the last thing when they was in the cave, he was fucked up. Shorty was like, yeah, I'm pregnant with Mubong baby, blah blah blah. And what's the name?
Oh, you
And then the other dude came down there who
man, Mandioc,
yeah,
man,
man,
fuck
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, Monday, yeah, he
Oh yeah,
came down and
man, bro, you gotta catch up. A lot has happened since then. A lot.
yeah, like I
That
even
was
read. Matter of fact, I think I lied. Cause I think I read the last thing I read was with Dan and my girl fighting each other. Or was that after? Was that after or before when Mubong was in the cave?
which girl was he fighting?
His, nigga, his wife, his girl.
They talking about P. She didn't. Oh, P. Well, P is the blue haired woman.
Oh, I said Dan. I'm talking about Han. My fucking fault.
Oh, you talking about Mira?
Mirror, yeah, when Han
Mira
fought,
and Jai. Oh,
when Han fought Mirror, I want to keep saying
where is that
Dan.
at?
I
That
keep saying Dan. I'm like Dan, bro. I'm fucking my bad.
oh.
Han.
Oh yeah,
Black Turtle,
you probably around like chapter 450 something.
yeah,
And it's
like
already been like we already in like the next chapter. The latest chapter is 539, but it goes up to 544 with the free pass episodes, which I need to get. So yeah, you got a bunch of you got some good reading to catch up to. But if you find the time to read, bro, definitely join it. Man, that man Mubon been going crazy, boy. Like this is like dead ass like end game type level, bro. They going crazy, bro.
Speaking of Manhwa, I heard people shitting on the solo leveling ending. Man, I thought niggas
Why?
fucked with solo leveling, bro. I thought like solo
This
leveling was like
shit.
one of the most famous things.
I wish Ken was hit. Yo, Ken.
What's up?
Okay, here. Yo, Ken. So, did you like the solo leveling on ending compared to the novel, or do you feel like it was too much?
Oh, it was good.
Okay, bro. Listen, I was gonna say Turtle. I thought I was the only one who. Well, I'm not the only
Nobody
one
said it
who.
was bad.
I liked it. I don't know why people shitting on it.
Wait, who was shitting on it?
I don't
They're
know. Like
shitting
after
on it.
the solo leveling anime got announced, like I saw a viral tweet out like fucking 22,000 likes, and it was like showing the last page. He was like, "Bro, this shit ass." I'm like, "Hey, what the fuck happened?" Like I don't read solo leveling, but I thought y'all niggas fuck with it. Y'all better get an anime. Y'all eating good. What happened?
Wait, what did they say
I think
was ass?
I think they
I
just said
think
the
the thing that
ending.
people didn't like about
I
the
don't know
ending
what it
was like
was. I remember the only thing I saw was they posted with it. It was a picture of like I think the main guy, and he was standing in a crowd looking at a girl. That's all I remember.
I mean,
it was
in terms
basically
of
him
the
going
ending,
back
it
in
was
time
cut a
to
little
like
short. It was cut a little short. Like there was still a little bit more that they covered in the light novel, but like it wasn't that big of a deal that they had to show it. Like he already did everything. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't like, and I'm pretty sure the entire manhwa followed most of the light novel like to the T. Like there wasn't much they left out or changed or anything like that. So I don't really know how you could hate on the manhwa at all. Like that's kind of stupid. The ending was like he defeated him. That's all we really needed to see. Like everything else afterwards is just like
It's
kind of
like
fan service. Like we get to see like I think really the only thing they left out was I think Sun Jin Woo had like a kid
he had a kid.
and
He had a kid with what lady with Shay. What's her name?
yeah
Was Shay or some shit?
something
Shay's
I forget her name,
shot.
but yeah,
Yeah, he
they
had
had
a
a kid.
kid
Like
with
that's
her.
really the only thing they left out. But like this isn't fucking like Bleach or Naruto. Like introducing someone's kid doesn't like there's no sequel. Like there's nothing else after, so they didn't have to show that. Like the light novel really did that. It was just like a nice thing to know, like oh, they have a family now. Like all is good in the world. Whatever. Like they didn't really need to show that. Like for me, like the mono ending, just showing that like he met her again, and it's pretty obvious like they're going to be together. Like that was all I really needed. Like I don't think there was much else you needed to do. Like that was just it. So I mean, I'm excited for the anime. Like I don't know. Like people, I'll say one thing. Regardless of how good you think something is, there's always going to be somebody that hates on it, and there's always going to be somebody that doesn't like it. So really, like, who gives a fuck?
True.
I
If
respect that mindset. I respect
unless
that.
it's like a collective, like a lot of people didn't like it. Like, and even if it is, like, if you enjoy it, that's all that fucking matters. Like, who cares?
Exactly.
Preach.
Hey Ken. Oh yeah. So Ken. So we decided on what manhwa we're gonna be on covering on the podcast. Northern
I heard
Blade.
the choices. Yeah,
Oh, you heard the choices?
yeah, I'm all for all those.
Cause I wanted to add beginning after the end, but that's too much at one time. I already know that's gonna be a long ass series as it is.
Pretty sure I'm reading most of them already, if not all of the ones
I was
that you
gonna say
named. So
you read the other two. Did you ever read those two that I sent? Reborn of the Heavenly Demon and Nano Machine.
oh yeah, I'm reading Heavenly Demon. Hell yeah, I'm reading Heavenly Demon. But I
Listen,
haven't I haven't read the other one.
hey, listen, hey, bro, read Nano Machine. That shit is crazy. But Ken,
Okay,
you
I'll hop
cannot
on that.
tell me Reborn of the Heavenly Demon is not that, bro. Listen,
He's just cold. Like
he's that guy. He's that guy. He's that guy. Listen, between him, the main character from Northern Blade, and I would say beginning after the end, they is like my when it comes to manhwa, these is like I would say they're my top three. Like you cannot go wrong. If they was
One
your
thing I really like in story, sorry to cut you off, like, is watching an MC with like who's like struggled alone receive a following. Like people who follow him and like support him. I think that's one thing that I really like seeing in a lot of series. And it's shown well in that manhwa. Or like
bro,
he
cause listen,
becomes
bro,
like
really
the
got it
leader
out
and
the
whatnot.
bro really got it out of the mud. He was like one of the lowest candidates in the the demon cult.
Yeah, yeah, he was. He was shitty. He worked his way up.
He worked his way, like when I say up, like he worked his way up. Like even one of his even one of his loyal subjects, bro, like he beat his ass and humbled him. And dude was like, hey bro, hey listen, I got respect for you. Like, ain't no other nigga did this ever. Like, but you did, so I respect it. And then what I do like about it, his main two people, the chick, the stealth ninja chick, and the dude who he humbled, bro, listen, they not even weak. You're not usually like it'd be the strong ass MC and he got his two lackluster like companions or
Right.
team. Bro, listen, they not weak at all. Like they taking out armies by themselves. I'm like, but those are two ones, Omniscient Rita and Northern Blade. I just caught up with Northern Blade. They just announced the season 2 for it, so I advise niggas to catch up. It's gonna be it's gonna be a fucking movie.
You saying season 2 just reminded me that I'm still waiting on the next part of Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
still waiting on more information for that new Tanya, the saga of Tanya the Evil.
Are you still waiting on that?
Yeah, bro. That we supposed to be getting a season 2. They ain't got no release date, no trailer, no nothing, bro. We starved, bro.
Yeah. I was gonna say, not that I don't know if y'all probably didn't read the latest JJK, but Meech, we meet you here.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Listen, covering this chapter, bro, is gonna be the hardest thing ever. This shit was so confusing. This man domain expansion make no fucking sense to me. Like it makes sense, but at the same time, it doesn't. It's fucking confusing.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to reread the chapter probably a couple more times. Not gonna lie.
Bro, listen, this shit is wild. Matter of fact, we could hold it off for next for tomorrow. You wanna do it tomorrow? For JJK? Since the official chapters come out? Quote unquote what Flock say? Cause we definitely can.
Sorry if I'm kind of quiet. I'm finally finishing up the inking for the page 1.
My fault. Yeah, we can definitely do it tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
could
can
do it
hop on that
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
We
Yep.
could do it tomorrow. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
because that's
Uh,
the officials will come out. And
so
yeah,
what I'm
I just that chapter a couple more times because the first
is,
page or two confused me. I'm like, why is it opening up like this?
but yeah, we got more content coming soon. Just let everybody know we got Northern Blade for the hop on the lineup. Same way for Omnipotent Reader. We still cover JJK weekly. Uh, me and Cosmo. But if anybody else want to join, we do Boruto monthly. DB Dragon Ball Super monthly, and starting from now on, we're gonna have rant Sundays. Rant Sundays where we just talk about any and everything. We sit back, we chill,
It'd be
we vibe,
hilarious.
and we don't need a fucking topic. So Rant Sundays is officially in session. I'm gonna close it out. I got one of my close homies Ken here. Someone in Korea tied up. We
Hate
got
to say it,
Turtle.
man.
We got Turtle.
Somewhere Korea tied up.
We still got Turtle. He's a part 4 JoJo villain. He was dangerous. We got KJ. KJ, the variety screamer, the multi-tag screamer. He for the people. I don't know if he's a people champ, but he for the people.
I tolerate people at different basis, but I'm a people person.
Nah, he just tolerates y'all. And then we got Meech, one of my co-hosts.
You know the battle damage, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you feel me? Boy, just ascended the god of destruction, you feel me? Drip god and stuff, you hear me? But yeah. Until next time, peace.
Peace.